Token unlocks can destroy your favorite crypto's price, and this month is going to be no different, folks. We got $1 billion in token unlocks hitting this week that is going to absolutely destroy potentially 3 altcoins, and we're going to be covering these 3 altcoins. And first one we're looking at is going to be Arbitrum. Everybody, Arbitrum on July 16th is set to unlock $64 million. If you didn't know, Arbitrum was the first layer 2 to hit $150 billion in total volume on Uniswap. I've always said the whales love Arbitrum, the devs love OP, and they're going to unlock almost 3% of its circulating supply this month. It says June, but it's actually July 16th. They've done it in the last couple months on this date. The 92 million tokens have a current value of about $64 million. If we go to ARB's max chart here, you can see ARB has basically never been lower in price. This token has just been getting beat down by the markets, by the whales, and these token unlocks is definitely going to be a major contributing factor to the token price getting dropped down. Now, if we go to Token Unlocks website, you can find this at token.unlocks.app. And they have a breakdown for all the token unlocks that are happening. And you can see, look at this massive increase in supply. But this isn't the first time ARB has had that happen. ARB actually had a big token unlock in the middle of March. You can see right there around March 16th, March 14th. Well, if we go into the charts, see what did ARB do last time there was an unlock? Because we're looking at an unlock right now. Well, it ended up being the beginning of the cascading prices. You can see now right here, prices declined from above $2 to our current area of around 65 cents, 68 cents. Now, it's hard to tell if it fell because of the unlock or just Bitcoin started crashing at that moment. All the altcoins started to bleed against Bitcoin. So it's really hard to tell with Arbitrum. So I went into DeFi Llama to peek under the hood of what's happening with Arbitrum. And I found a couple of good metrics, if I'm just going to be honest here. First one, total value locked on Arbitrum has just been steadily increasing. You see it's just, nice up and to the right. It spiked out of the gate and bottomed out around the summer of 22. Now, a couple interesting things I found. If we look at the stable coins, this is stable coins on the ARB chain. Stablecoins just on the rise. In fact, at the moment, we actually have more value in stablecoins on the ARB EVM than we actually have the value of the ARB chain itself. But then this is what's really important, the market cap of ARB. Once we look at that on top of this, well, folks, the market cap, the green line right here, has actually been on the decline as the total value lock kind of trending upward and as the stablecoins are skyrocketing. So ARB, behind the scenes, you peek under the hood, starting to look a little bit bullish. Let's talk about where I am a buyer. I'm going to tell you all 3 tokens where I'm a buyer. And ARB, we're just going to use the good old Fibonacci here. We got it from the swing low to the swing high, and we've been kind of trading around in a range for a while, but then we just recently broke down. This is going to be the 618 and the 786. And you can see here, well, we love bouncing around this. We wicked to the top, after testing the bottom. And then when we came back down, we wicked a little bit below, came back, wicked against the top perfectly, almost wicked against the bottom perfectly, wicked against the top perfectly, and then came back down. And then after that, well, we started falling, pretty hard there. But if we look at the bottom of this range, it's going to be the same entry point of where it launched. And so to me, I think we might end up testing the bottom of this range. This is going to be the 4956. So this would be where I would be looking to make an entry point, which is going to be, right around 51 cents. So 67 cents. Maybe not the best time to be buying your Arbitrum. I would wait until we get about a 25% correction. So if we fall down to 51 cents, 25% correction on the dot. Now, the next token we're looking at here is going to be Aptos. Aptos with another big unlock, 68 million. Now, this is one of the 2 projects staffed by former members of Facebook. If you didn't know that, the other one was being Sui, and then they're going to unlock 2.5% of a circulating supply. It's going to be 11 million tokens worth about $68 million. So what are my thoughts on Aptos? Well, looking at the Aptos chart, kind of looks like a good area to buy. I checked this trend line at the bottom to see, does this trend line hit this point or does it hit this point? Actually hits the top, and that means we are breaking, our former support on Aptos here. But if we go back here, you can see Aptos will pump out of nowhere and it will dump out of nowhere. Last time we had a really good pump, we went from basically $3 to $18, a nice little 6x, and our recent touch at $18 saw us falling below $6 just basically in the matter of a few weeks. Now, if we go into the token unlocks here, Aptos, well, 2 days from now, we got those tokens hitting, but we also had events in the past. And, looking at the price kind of just does its own thing. It doesn't really worry about the unlocks too much, but this is just going to be a linear drip. And so a lot more Aptos tokens are going to be hitting the markets. Now, the max supply, technically infinity, similar to Ethereum, but, how much is burnt, how much is created, just depends on how many people use the chain. Now, if we go to TradingView, back to TradingView, I pulled up the fib extensions one more time. And folks, I think we can test the bottom of the 786. You see, we like trading in this range before, wicking against the top as it used it as resistance, wicking against the bottom as then it was turned into support. And then, we finally broke through. When we broke through in a pretty major way. I think we can still test the bottom of this, which is going to be a hair below $5. Now, one thing I do want to say with these psychological areas, sometimes, you got to expect support at $5. So I wouldn't wait all the way until $4.85. If we look right here, I would actually probably be a buyer at $4.91. So that's a hair below $5. That's going to be about a 17% trim off the Aptos price. And right now, as we speak, the Aptos founder is on stage with Sergey, the founder or co-founder of Chainlink there. So, a lot of activity behind the scenes. I mean, you see, working with these other chains. And if we just get some percentage of the Link Marine Army, or I guess I should say the Link Marines, to end up, kind of embracing Aptos, that would be very, very bullish for Aptos. Now, let's look at the third and final token here. That's going to be Immutable X. Immutable X is one of my stories where I wish I knew more about token unlocks when I was given this token. I played a game called Gods Unchained, and I actually got my IMX for free via an airdrop. But I didn't really know much about token unlocks back then. This was about 3.5 years ago. But I'll say this, I definitely wish I knew then what I know now when it comes to token unlocks. IMX, kind of like ApeCoin, I ended up just writing it down because, hey, it's free. It hit my wallet. Didn't really have to do much for it. So why do I need to take profit? But if I would have been paying more attention, I maybe would have been able to walk away with some more Bitcoin or Ethereum. Well, it's a gaming firm, Web3 gaming firm, IMX, will unlock 2% of its circulating supply, about 32 million tokens. And that's going to be worth about $43 million. And that's going to be on July 12th. So just a couple days from now. VanEck said last December that the release of Web3 games like Illuvium could catapult IMX into a top 25 token by market cap this year, which would be huge. It is a top 50. It's ranked 49 right now. So jumping into the top 25 would be massive. We look at the max chart. Man, I did great. I actually, I sold, I think, Christmas Eve. So, hey, you got a little bit of a pump there. I ended up exiting, did pretty good, getting out at a little bit better price than we're at right now. One good thing about IMX, we are at about 75% of the tokens released. You can see 1.5 billion out of the 2 billion tokens. Now we go to the token unlocks. You can see there was a massive event in the past, and that was around the beginning of November 22. That's when we got the biggest spike in tokens. You can see the blue line right there. This is going to be private sales. So we got a massive private sale, jumped up that circulating supply. So what happened to IMX during its last large unlock? Well, we go here, November 22. Well, that was kind of the local bottom right there. So it ended up being a great entry point for IMX, even at the suppressed prices right now. You could have got it around 40 cents, and you could have got an exit, around $3.50. So it would have been a really good 8X for you. Now, if we go into TradingView, what is DZ's entry point for IMX? Well, using the good old fib tool yet again, this is the closest one to my entry point, and that's going to be testing the bottom of the 786. You can see, folks, that might have been the wick. That might have been the opportunity. We might not actually get that low. It's going to be around $1.10, $1.11, but you can see we already wicked to $1.13. So that might have been the retest to the bottom of the fib level, but if we come back down, I'm definitely going to be a buyer around these ranges. Now, IMX, great stuff once we start digging into the under the hood here. The blue line is going to be the total value lock. Now, it is a small amount, but it's going in the right direction. Now, this is just something that's been happening recently, but if we look at the price is heading down. So as the price goes down, the value is going up. And I said it was going to be the closest to my entry point. If we look right here, folks, it is only 11% away. So right now, $1.27. I think you can get in $11, $12. So, about a 10% decline. So if you're really, really bullish on Web3 gaming, I would say just go ahead and pull the trigger. You're probably not going to regret it in the next 12 to 18 months. So these are the 3 tokens I'm looking at. These are my entry points for ARB, for Aptos, for IMX. I do think there's going to be some cheaper opportunities, especially with these massive unlocks on the horizon in the month of July. So that's all I got for you, and I'll see you in your